Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers as they match up with former MVP Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte. Standing by, our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis on hand. And, Charles, we've got two teams here certainly with something to prove after a disappointing 2017.
Let's be honest about it. Their playoff aspirations, they went splat, didn't they? They've got to prove now to themselves and to their fans, are they one of those teams that's ready to move back up, or are they one of those teams that really has to rebuild?
The Panthers kicker, Graham Gano, set and ready to go as we are off from Charlotte. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the 37-year-old Ben Roethlisberger, ready to lead the Steelers. And he led the entire NFL in passing yards in 2018, the second time that he's owned that honor. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
30. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Here we go.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Black 20. Check. Watch 54. Switch up.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 6. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Panthers now under head coach Ron Rivera. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
Exit.
Newton on first down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Newton on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
To throw again, Newton. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Here we go. 230. 54 miles. Check 99. Check 99.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Roethlisberger will throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A final shot before the break. Newton airing it out for Olsen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference, as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well, to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On first down, it's Newton. And he's got his man on the out route. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Newton. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. James Washington making his way back out towards the huddle. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here. Third quarter, we'll see what else he has in store for us. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Roethlisberger. Throw left side complete. It's Washington. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Touchdown, defense.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's got Moncrief. 23 yards on the play. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is counter. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
Let's go, baby.
So Cam Newton and his offense down by 2 touchdowns. Just over a minute 40 to play. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so twice in short order to have a shot.
Ready to 8.
55. Hey, here I come. Here I come.
From the end zone, Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll throw again from their own end zone. Oh, now backing up, and he's out of the end zone. The referee was right there to call it, and that is a safety. So that, a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation, because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately, that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
This will be fielded at the 17.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock. So 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off.
Black 30.
Mike is 59.
White side.
Cut.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Again, it's Connor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Here we go. White 80.
54.
Black, white side. White side.
Roethlisberger dropping to a knee, and that ought to do it. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.